This is KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Katie Shatzer from the National Czech and Slovak Museum and Library. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Nice to have you here. You're brand new in your job as
Yes.
Director of Marketing. How long have you been on the job?
A little over a month, so
Okay.
I'm still very green.
Okay. And boy, they are tossing you in to the water without a life preserver as Houby Days is coming up.
Yes, we have a lot going on for Houby Days, starting with our Taste of Czech and Slovak on Friday, May 17th. Some of you may be familiar with this event. It is our 18th year hosting it. It's hosted in the library by the Museum Guild. We will have 2 seatings, one at 5 p.m. and 6 p.m., so make sure that you reserve your tickets.
Okay. And that kind of kicks things off for the weekend. So what else is, what happens then for the rest of the weekend?
Well, even that night, we will have the Czech Plus Band playing in the Nexera Terrace during the Taste of Czech and Slovak, weather permitting, of course. Then they will also play in the Rockwell Collins Amphitheater starting at 7 p.m. That same night, we have Moravian egg artist Lenka Glassner, who will have a display of her eggs for sale and a book signing with Karen Roth, who wrote the book Found on 16th Avenue, which is a fictional, it's a novel, but it takes place on 16th Avenue, where we're located.
Right there in historic Czech Village.
Yes. Then moving on to Saturday, of course, there is the parade in the morning, and as I mentioned, I will be dressed as a Kolache.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The newest person on the National Czech and Slovak Museum staff gets the honor of wearing the Kolache costume.
Yes, apparently I didn't know what I was signing up for, and I look forward to my son having a very confusing memory of walking in a parade with his mother dressed as a Kolache. Later in the day, we will be welcoming Czech and Slovak Minnesota. It's a dance troupe, a youth dance troupe, and they'll be at the Kosek Bandstand, performing at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., and that's a free event. And then if you are very into the dance, you can join us at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday for a maypole dance. That's also free. During that afternoon, we are hosting a Czech and Slovak royalty party. That's sponsored by the Czech Heritage Foundation. And that's an event that will have snacks, crafts, music, dance, and it's really geared towards children, giving them the opportunity to meet Slovak and Czech queens, princesses, and princes from around the U.S. That's one that you'll want to register ahead of time for and make sure that you get tickets.
Okay. And for those, I've lived in Cedar Rapids pretty fair amount of time, so it doesn't even occur to me to remind people what the Houby is and all of that. So I'll test your knowledge being new on the job. And, most people who've been around know that Houby is the Czech term for the morel mushroom.
Yes, it is. And beyond that, I can't really tell you a whole lot other than I can tell you that at the Taste of Czech and Slovak, the mushroom will make an appearance in the meal. There'll be a mushroom potato soup, and that's in addition to pork and dumplings with sauerkraut, which I got to sample after a staff meeting last week, and I have to say are pretty incredible. Chicken schnitzel with potato salad. We'll have the rye bread with traditional spreads, Slovak meatballs, something called Serna Kuba. I'm told it is a barley casserole. I've never tasted it, but I'm sure it's delicious. Braised cabbage, and then, of course, we'll have lots of Kolaches, even a Kolache bake sale during Taste of Czech and Slovak.
And, of course, activities, on the open air all weekend long. And while people are there for Houby Days, maybe they haven't got a chance to come and see the current traveling exhibit at the museum. How long will 1989 be up?
1989 will be up through the summer until September, and that actually, it is a temporary exhibit, but it's one that our curator, Stephanie Krohn, put together. I'm going to say that again. That's one that where should I start?
Oh, okay.
I think I messed
sure.
up her name. I'm sorry.
Okay, got it. No, that's fine. Just let me make a quick timing note here. Okay, I will just ask the question again because I called it a traveling exhibit, so
Sorry
I screwed
about
up
that.
first. No, I screwed. I actually.
I'm gonna just not say her name because I'm actually not sure if it's Cone or Crone, and I don't want to misspeak.
Okay.
So. All
right. Well, I'll just ask the question again.
Thank you.
And while people are in the Czech Village area, this would probably be a good chance to see the new exhibit, which is just up at the museum, 1989.
Yes, the exhibit 1989 is a temporary exhibit. It is up through September, and it tells the story of the Velvet Revolution in Czechoslovakia in 1989. And that was a peaceful revolution that led to the crumbling of communism. that year. You also can see outside, we have a replica Berlin wall that anybody can go and paint on. It's a public art installation that we also have up through this summer and into the fall. And it is there to celebrate the role of art in peaceful protest. During Houby Days, we do have museum admission discounts, so it's a great time to stop in.
So if you're going to be there, you might as well do all that it has to offer. Well, sounds like a great weekend, as Houby Days always is. We'll cross our fingers for good weather for all of the different activities, and especially for the parade. I would not want to see that Kolache costume get all wet in the parade.
I don't want to be a soggy Kolache.
Thanks, Katie. Katie Shatzer from the National Czech and Slovak Museum and Library. If people want to get a look at the schedule, I'm sure a lot of it is on your website.
All of it is ncsml.org. We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most Thursdays and Fridays at 10:20, or download the video podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule using your favorite podcast aggregator or at kcck.org/culture. I'm Dennis Green.